Good morning. I am running on all cylinders mentally. As soon as I woke up, I watched a video from Tabitha, who runs her channel, Tabitha Speaks Politics. I highly recommend you go check her out. She has a lot of wisdom and insight to offer. And then she was talking about racist white people using their term called black fatigue, which is a fatigue to describe the effects of oppression on black people and how exhausting it is. They take that term and they use it to complain about black people and be continually racist, saying, oh, you're tiring us out for calling us out. So stupid. Anyway, it spurred a conversation or a thought in my head that I want to make into a conversation, and that's regarding listening to black people and the Constitution and our goal of democracy. I have a theory. It's an unproven one, but it's a theory that when the Constitution was written, and I thought about this back in November, and the idea, it was initially the Constitution belongs to the people who are the most oppressed in this country. I have more to add to that. It's a forward-thinking document, meaning that democracy takes work, not unlike recovering from trauma. If you can hear my perspective for a moment, it is a lot like recovering from trauma. You're not quite there yet at certain points in your life, but you are making progress. It's a continual growing process. And therefore, the way to actually have a democracy is to let go of the old systems that kept us stuck as a country. Just like the old programming, the old structures that embedded into your identity when you survived trauma, it's the same thing in a way. And that means we have to break down those systems. Going back to the video I posted yesterday. You know what I mean? The systems that caused a great deal of harm to the black community and indigenous people, disabled and differently abled and special needs people, neurodivergent people, LGBTQIA plus people. The other communities that have been negatively impacted by racism and hate, ableism. All of those systems need to be broken down, and not only broken down, but prevented from being rewarded or enforced. We need to be anti-racist, anti-ableist, anti-hate, anti-abuse. We are not taking a strong enough stance on that, and that will cause further harm and further likelihood of dictatorships to rise in this country. Don't succumb to the falsehood that everything is okay. we have work to do. Just remember that this document, the Constitution, is a living document. And it evolves with us. I think even when we don't add amendments to it, it is a goal. It isn't a current state yet. So like when they wrote it, and they wrote it for democracy, they could not have predicted just how democratic we can be. Because they were all, they all were kind of horrible people because they owned people. They owned the very people that they were supposed to support the freedom for. We need to remember that, and we need to remember that we are working on the goal of democracy. I don't trust I don't agree with the racists who are taking the term black fatigue and using it to complain about black people. Why don't you just listen? And I don't think you're going to listen to me, but why don't you just listen? I'll just say it anyway. Listen and hold yourselves accountable. If you want the real solution, as Tabitha said in her recent video, stop being racist and listen. You think it's hard to stop being racist? Well, it's hard to be subjected to oppression and racism and systemic abuse for hundreds of years in America. America KKK. You know I'm serious when I don't even take the time to put my makeup on. And I don't wear foundation anyway, but I've been having an allergic reaction to something. So I have a little bit of a patch of like a hive or something. But yeah, I'm serious. I'm really serious here. Americans, this is the thing we need to address now. Like right now. We are in a crisis in this country because of continually ignoring the people who have been the most affected by oppression and abuse and the destruction of their culture and the theft of their culture. And we need to hold people accountable. If racists are complaining about fatigue, good. Let's tire them out.